Ladies and gentlemen, we are right now in massive amounts of profit. And not only because Bitcoin has just gone above $45,000, but more importantly, because one of our buy signals just triggered. And as you guys know, this chart I've been showing you for a very good while. But there's another one I showed you guys over on Twitter, and things are just so juicy, but let's start off right here. Explain the strategy yet again, and give you guys a little update on what I expected every single one of you to do, because this is the strategy I've been explaining for a couple of weeks on this channel, and if you followed exactly what we did, you'd be in massive amounts of profit right now because and I don't want to toot my own horn, but have been extremely correct, and it's pretty wild. So every single white line here are points where we are adding to long positions or opening long positions at. And what is clear to see is also why I woke up late this morning, or I should say early this morning, because apparently we were not able to break the resistance throughout the night, which everybody was watching for. We broke down, but luckily we broke down as much as I exactly described in my previous video 2 days ago, and we're able to catch this buy level to get ourselves some gains on the way up. Again, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just check out the previous video. We talked about this exact scenario. Right now, we're up roughly 4.6% with leverage. I personally am sticking between 13 to 25 times, but hey, even 10 times is juicy, which means the minimum here you would have made is about 46%. If you put in $10,000, that's $4,600, but that's the minimum. What a juicy move this has been. And again, we're basing it on a couple of different things. For example, as it stands right now, like we covered on Twitter, Bitcoin had a nice little juicy breakout, but as time progressed, it started more just looking like it was just the start of another rally, with not so clearly defined tops as they were kind of sporadic all over the place. And as of this point, we just bounced off of it again last night and are now checking where our next top is going to be. It's going to be at these levels right here that we saw last week and bounce back to the line? Or are we able to get over that hurdle the moment that we get above these beginning of December prices, just everything in this red box here that we've been struggling to break for an extremely long time, had one breakout above before breaking back down. This is the moment that on CME, it hit 47, and this is slightly before the box obviously opened with regards to Bitcoin spot ETFs. But right now, the box is officially open, and a couple of extremely bullish pieces just came out, which are making us expect one thing: rally into dump. I don't want to be that guy to say it, but honest truth be told, the more that this extremely exciting news is going on, the more wary I am that a massive dump is about to follow. That does not mean I'm not bullish on crypto. Let's rephrase things. I am holding crypto till the end of times. I do believe that if you buy now, you will be in massive profits soon enough. I do also believe we will see more of a continued rally for a bit, but with all this buy the rumor, sell the news type of narrative going on, and the Bitcoin ETFs getting closer and closer and closer, just to give you guys a heads up, all the fees, for example, from all these ETF filers have been uncovered over the last couple of days, or I should say hours even. Every single one of them has been filing exactly what their fees are going to look like, with some actually waiving their fees for the first couple of months. But it's interesting to note what a difference in fees, where ARK is just 0.25% and Grayscale coming in at 1.5%, which is pretty massive actually. Anyway, that's something we've been uncovering over the past couple of hours. Also, now a deadline has passed. As you can see, Eleanor Tourette from Fox saying, we're now past the official SEC submission deadline of 8 a.m. And all issuers aside from hashtags have submitted their updated S1 and S3s in Grayscale's case. So unless there's a last minute filing for them today, these are the issuers that have handed in all their homework: Grayscale, BlackRock, 21 shares from ARK, etc., etc., etc. And the only question is, does Gary Gensler have a trick up his sleeve? But from every single thing we've gathered here today, right now is a yet again deciding moment for Bitcoin. And every single time I type that, people are like, why do you say this every time? It's because we're in some of the most volatile periods for Bitcoin that we perhaps have ever seen. It could literally be so that within a few hours, you wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden Bitcoin's price, or I should say Bitcoin's market cap, has increased by like $200 billion with a massive move towards like 53,000 or something like that. It would not even be too surprising. because of all this FOMO, and still there being some sort of fear that these things are going to be rejected. Now, I still, if I had to make a choice, would just set 47,000 as an easy target, as that was our most important level throughout time, so I'm going to stick to that, which we could easily achieve in a quick little rally of sorts. But as I tried to say earlier, I think we should start getting more wary of a buy the rumors, sell the news, as the price has now kept on increasing for a very long amount of time. And from this dip, right now is up 12% or so again, and has had such a massive rally since the beginning of October that it would not be too crazy for some sort of correction to ensue the moment that this announcement is made. You might say, well, that's actually because the guys like BlackRock want to seed at a cheaper price, and so they're going to make you cash out. Perhaps that's what this latest wick here on the 3rd of January was for, to shake some people out. I mean, we're seeing even more shaken out right now as Bitcoin just surged past 45, and a lot of people were opening up shorts in anticipation of some either negative news or bullish news that would still take prices back down. Again, we're in very volatile times. There's also some fear and excitement, both, along this. Shanghai's cryptocurrency tax guide fuels China's crypto ban relief rumors. There is some fear that this is going to come exactly at this ETF timeline, causing the prices to go even crazier and more sporadic. As I said before, guys, the reason I keep on buying the way all the way down is because I still think the worst case we can see is about $33,000 per Bitcoin, which from here would be about 27% down. I don't think that's too bad, with pretty limited downside and massive upside, because that would be just another region to accumulate massively. I would go crazy then. Every single white line you see right here is zones where we accumulate. Right now, one of our buys just hit, and theoretically speaking, the sell also hit, but of course you can leave it open, meaning what the play was, like we described, was play ping pong. So buy it right here and sell it at the top. So sell it at $44.3-ish thousand. But obviously, if you held on, you would have had another juicy 2% or so more profit. Anyway, as we speak right now, prices are actually still forming a very interesting triangle, because this breakout was juicy, sure, but we have not taken out these previous highs, so I'm not getting too euphoric for a 47,000 just quite yet. We're still in neutral territory, still in sideways trading. Then again, on a slightly longer term, as you can see with this line, I'll paint it blue quickly for convenience, you can still see in just what crazy of a bull trend we are. I've partially described it though as not being too bullish, even though it's a bull trend, because the returns are deteriorating. What I'm saying with that is, in the start, we had a pretty exponential crazy rise, and now it's more of a logarithmic function, ever so slightly decreasing, a very interesting arch, decreasing returns we are seeing, and that does signify some weakness sometimes, but the strategy is still doing the following. We buy every single dip. That's the baseline. It's a bull market. That's the best strategy to go for. Some people have some very short-term strategies laid out for shorting. We don't. The only thing I'll tell you is, indeed, it could be that the Bitcoin ETFs get approved. We see a massive pump in the next couple of minutes, hours, but then people started noticing, okay, this is bullish, but for the longer term, it doesn't necessarily do too much right now. It's the floodgates that open, but the water still has to stream from a little bit further away. And so there might be some sort of pretty juicy crash there. Ultimately, though, that's still another point to accumulate at. And I'm just very, very glad we were able to get such a juicy buy-in. And if you do not know, I'll describe it here once more. You know exactly at which levels I am buying. That strategy has not changed, and even if you don't fully understand, it's quite a simple game. It's just every single time it gets these white lines, we buy more. And that's a strategy that very easily works in a bull market. As you can see, why change a working strategy, right? It's been extremely profitable, juicy trade just now, and I'm extremely excited. But guys, if you're not done yet, make sure you go ahead and press that like button. And I recommend you guys to put the notification bell on too, because we might get some emergency videos coming up really shortly as things change, and I'll have to update you. But this has been extremely profitable and juicy. I've left a link down below to a free XRP, a free Bitcoin, a free Solana trade, so you can check that out with the link down below. You can get a $30,000 deposit bonus, a couple other cool bonuses. All you have to do is verify your ID, deposit $100, and just see everything. It's set in the link down below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, hopefully tomorrow.